Buongiorno Bianconeri, welcome back to the channel. I'm Alberto. It's February 18th and I've got all this morning's news around Juventus. All right, we're going to take a look at player statuses heading into the game tomorrow against Spezia, and then of course break down Max Allegri's press conference ahead of that game. And I'm going to ask you if Max has reached his breaking point. Is he breaking down? Let's get into it. All right, everybody, friendly reminder, if you enjoy the content, to please show some love to the channel by hammering that subscribe button and throwing a like down on the video. All right, now let's rock, okay? We've got a birthday to celebrate, and that is none other than the one and only Roberto Baggio, all right? He scored 115 goals in 200 appearances for Juventus, helped lift the UEFA Cup, and won the Ballon d'Or in 1993. This guy was phenomenal, and he takes me back to where it all started for me, and being a Juventino, and then of course switching up to Alessandro Del Piero. But Roberto Baggio was absolutely incredible. So tanti auguri go out to Roby Baggio. Now we get to the news. So Juve, in terms of ticket sales for visiting sector and whatnot, it seems at first it started with Fiorentina fans, and now it is going to be affecting the Derby della Mola as Torino fans look to do the same and boycott the sales of the tickets. Again, it is what it is. Just, you know what? Scrap the visiting sector, rip down the walls, fill it up with Juventini, get the Ultras back in there, and let's move. All right, who cares? Spezia tomorrow. Bonucci back in the squad list. All right, Rugani should be slated to start. We're going to see what Max says a little bit further on here in the video. Perin is over his sickness. Okay, he was dealing with the flu. He's good to go. Pogba still unknown. All right, so again, he's set to miss Spezia tomorrow, and apparently should also be missing the return leg against Nantes. At this point, the media just keeps reporting that it's unknown. It's unknown to the media. But again, Max, I haven't seen anything come out of his press conference yet. The last presser he took, he said it's on a day-to-day basis, and sometimes Paul has good days, sometimes he has bad days. I think what's ramping things up for all of us too is the fact that the media keeps throwing out dates that they have zero idea with, okay? So the truth is, it's unknown to media, all right? But it is what it is. We have to move. Max Allegri's press conference, he said Spezia is going to be requiring a lot of attention, as it's going to be a tricky game. I think it's more what he's saying in terms of a sense of a banana peel, but they have to react based on that draw. That technically felt like a loss, all right? So Europa League, he says Europa League is not compromised with that 1-1 draw, okay? And again, we can go out there and get the job done. And the return leg, we all know that. So it isn't technically compromised. Chiesa's going to be rested against Spezia tomorrow. Bonucci's back in the squad list, but not optimal to start. Rugani, Keane, and Perin will all start, and then he'll work his way out from there in terms of the lineup. Locatelli, though, should be said, also expected to start. That was reported, but Max Allegri didn't state anything in the press conference. And then you've got some interesting notes here about Max Allegri as he started to speak about his team's performances and the data. He was asked about the lash out with the media after the Nantes game, and he says basically things are being misinterpreted in terms of numbers and whatnot. But he says as it stands, Juventus has 44 points. All right, and he goes, this is data and whatnot. When you come at me with all this other stuff, it's not right. We must talk about the data. And then he said, he shared some stories, and he said, you know, I went to visit my grandson yesterday, and when I was leaving, there was a note, and it said, no more 1-0. And that was it. It was a funny story and whatnot, but then he continues on with Cortomuso, and he said, the term Cortomuso, he goes, and even these 1-0s, he goes, I don't want Juve to only win 1-0. I would love to be winning games 3-0. It's you guys that create this about me. Cortomuso, he says that was a term used in terms of winning the league by a single point, and now it's misrepresented into single games. The fact that he's coming out and speaking about all this and trying to break it all down and explain it all, to me shows that Max is switching. And I don't know. I'm going to ask all of you, is he breaking down? Is he breaking down under all the pressure, under all the scrutiny and everything, and the points that he's had to deal with and everything? Is he breaking down? Because this is not the Max we have come accustomed to. The normal Max would have taken that all in stride, cracked jokes, fired back. But now he's trying to defend himself by explaining everything. And he was never always about explaining everything. He was always about cracking some jokes, firing back, and not taking it and actually making them look silly. But now he's almost gone to a defense mode. I don't know. Been a bit of a shift. And even the lashing out after the Nats game. Is he breaking down? I leave it with all of you. But anyways, we've got Spezia tomorrow, all right? And we are going to be live at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time getting ready for that game. And then I'm going to bring you the live watch along, all right? So, again, I lay all the news out for you to play it out. Show me what you would have for lineups. We know Bremer is going to be suspended. Rugani slated to start. Keane's going to start and Pedin's going to start. Where would you go from there? What will your lineups look like? And I can't wait to talk to y'all tomorrow on the live show. Till then, fino alla fine, forza Juve, ciao tutti.